Hey guys, welcome back. I really hope you all had a really great week which has passed by. And let me just dive into what I've recently learned in this whole week. What has happened is my Gmail account is probably dating back to more than a decade ago, which I configured on my mobile. And after all these years, the Gmail has exhausted its space. The storage that is allocated with the account, which is free, is almost like 80% was done. So I got a notification, and then I just sat and I was trying to clear it. It was all mostly a junk mail for me right now because probably the time that I had created the account, it was when I was in last year of my engineering, and we were starting to look for jobs or trying to find placements and all that thing. So like last year and after passing out, when that hustle was there of getting into a good company or finding a good job. And along with that, I almost considered this Gmail account as something which I could just use to log in into some shopping websites or something which is not so important. That's what I felt, that it's not so important, so I can give this Gmail my account for this particular website. And over a period of time, it has become all these promotional mails, all these junk mails have become so much, which is absolutely of no use for me. They have become so much that they were exhausting the space. Okay. And I sat, like Saturday, Sunday, like I was just sitting and I was like just deleting off one by one, like literally not even one by one. I was just deleting them in chunks, and I realized one thing is that when rather than wasting time later on like deleting all this stuff, it's better like as and when the meals are coming in and you're not interested in those meals, better to unsubscribe it. Now this is something which even happens with our day-to-day life, I feel. uh, you know you come across so many people, or you come across so many interactions, so much of information. Nowadays the information overload is so much that, and just imagine opening an Instagram and you're like scrolling, and sometimes all this data that we are absorbing or we are getting into our heads, occupying space in our head, is basically not even use of, maybe like, you can't get anything out of it. It's just junk, and this junk is, we don't realize how much of energy we are wasting, our mental energy on absorbing it. And some fine day when you just feel like overwhelmed and exhausted with all that information, you get that anxiety, or you just feel like too much, right? Same thing happens when you're interacting with people. Sometimes we just consider, Arey, what is, this person is a negative mindset person, or the person is always gonna tell you something that is going to make you feel low or feel less of yourself. But we keep the interaction thinking, what goes, he or she is just gonna be, I'll have to see him or her for 5-10 minutes a day. What it is, nothing, not a big deal. But we don't realize over a period of time, how much of space all this stupid things are taking in our life. Maybe information, maybe sometimes people who are not contributing anything to your growth, or not even contributing to the mental peace, rather they're spoiling it. So this is how we have to find, like, how we have this junk emails coming in. There are sometimes junk conversations, some people who are just, they just talk some stuff which is of absolutely not of anything of benefit for you, especially all this gossips or something about a third person. With all the data we cannot do anything. And recently I've started pulling myself back from all these conversations which are not taking me anywhere, not giving me any relevant information from uplifting myself, you know, especially at workplace, which is somewhere you have to see that your professional growth happens. And even at a personal level, Probably you keep the conversations or keep the interactions such that you're able to uplift your personal life or grow in your personal life. So this is what I have realized, that when it's the correct time, right, the moment you're interacting with somebody or you are going through some Instagram content, and the moment you realize that this is not going to take me anywhere, it's better whether you change the content that you're saying, because Instagram or YouTube or the social media accounts, they are basically running on some algorithm, which the more you see any content, the more such content is showcased to you or is coming across to you on your search or homepage and all that. So in this world where there is so much of data, I think we better, you know, put the input for the algorithm such that it is going to show us something or give us some information, give us some data which is going to uplift you, make you feel better, help you learn something new, add to your knowledge base. And same thing goes when we are interacting with people. So if you come across anybody, in one two interactions, you come to know if the person is gonna be talking something sensible, going to make you feel better, or he or she is making you feel like bad about yourself. At that point, like, if possible, at very that point, if we can just distance from that person as a whole, I think it will be beneficial, rather than thinking that, oh, this is just a function, 5-10 minutes I have to see this person's face and then it will be gone. Because conversations will go on, they'll see something, it will remain in your mind. Same thing, you'll scroll through something, you'll come across some data, it will remain in your mind, and all that is junk. And I think we shouldn't overload our such a precious thing that is our brain with junk data or with something that is basically of no use, not taking us anywhere. So next time you come across any such thing, any such person, any such data, change the algorithm. Change the algorithm for your social media accounts by probably going through something that is informative. Maybe it can help you in your professional life or something like that, something that is good, not a random gossip, not a random news about something. Try and stay away from the negative news. They are gonna be there, like, sometimes a small negative news is made into a big whole dangerous looking news and put across to you on social media. So absorbing that also can impact us and make us feel bad. So yes, the choices with us, like how we have this choice of unsubscribing from junk emails, we should also be unsubscribing from junk people or junk information that comes to us via any of the social media platforms. Okay, so have great conversations ahead, have great interactions ahead, and do filter the interactions, conversations, data at the very start, so that later in life, 10 years down the line and all, when you're feeling that overload, it will be a whole task to unsubscribe from such people or from such information which has already been fed over them. Okay, have a nice week ahead. Bye.